Welcome back to USA Coin Reveal, and today something incredible is about to happen. Because hidden across America, in old coin albums, dusty safety boxes, inherited collections, and forgotten drawers, there are pieces of history that have quietly transformed into massive treasures without anyone realizing it. We're talking about Franklin half dollars, coins most people once spent without a second thought, now being hunted by elite collectors like rare artifacts. This is not hype. This is not a story from the past. This is what is happening right now in the United States. Coin market. Today, we reveal the top 5 ultra-rare and most valuable Franklin half-dollar coins in today's market. Coins so powerful in demand that they are being pulled out of circulation and locked away, never to be seen again. And the coin I am about to show you first is one that has quietly turned into a silent financial force. Do not skip. Do not blink. Because once you understand this coin, you will never see a Franklin half dollar the same way again. Let's begin. First coin. This coin does not shine. It speaks. The moment you see this 1949 U.S. Franklin half dollar, you feel something ancient and powerful in your hand. It doesn't try to impress with mirror-like brilliance. Instead, it carries the deep voice of time itself through its gray-black and black rust shading, layered across both sides like the fingerprints of history. This was one of the earliest Franklin half dollars ever produced, minted at the San Francisco Mint just 1 year after the series began. When this coin was created, America was rebuilding, reshaping, and redefining itself after World War II. The country was stepping into a new era, and this coin was part of that moment, a symbol of stability, leadership, and confidence in the future. Benjamin Franklin's portrait on the front is more than just a face. It is a reminder of American intelligence, invention, diplomacy, and independence. The Liberty Bell on the back is not decoration, it is the sound of a nation's birth, frozen in metal. And on this coin, that bell is framed by time itself, darkened by natural aging that no machine can recreate. The Franklin half dollar was struck in 90% silver and 10% copper, giving it both beauty and strength. This coin weighs approximately 12.5 grams, with a diameter of 30.6 millimeters and a thickness of about 2.15 millimeters. Every gram of it carries not only precious metal, but historic weight. When you hold it, you are not holding spare change. You are holding a solid fragment of American legacy. Now here's where the story becomes extraordinary. The gray, black and black rust shading you see on this coin is not damage. It is authentic patina formed through decades of untouched existence. Most coins from this era were cleaned, polished, or stripped of their natural surface. But this one was not. It was allowed to age with dignity, and that aging has turned it into something collectors crave. In fine condition, the details of Franklin's hair, his cheek, the lettering, and the Liberty Bell remain strong and readable. That balance, preserved design with natural aging, is exactly what top-level collectors search for. It proves originality. It proves survival. It proves this coin has never been altered. And here is the truth most people don't realize. 1949 U.S. Franklin half dollars are already among the hardest dates in the entire series. San Francisco mintages were low, and even fewer coins survived in collectible condition. When you add original surface, natural rust shading, and fine preservation into the equation, you enter a category of extreme scarcity. Collectors know this. Investors know this. And they are quietly removing these coins from the open market. This coin is not being traded casually. It is being absorbed. Now listen very carefully, because this is the moment that changes how you see this piece forever. The current market value of the 1949 S Franklin half-dollar, with front gray-black rust layer and back black rust shade in fine condition, is $173,000 USD, and yes, this price is absolutely current. This is not a future projection. This is not speculation. This is what this coin commands right now. This coin has crossed the line from collectible into stored wealth. Those who own it are holding something that behaves like a hidden treasure, quietly increasing in strength as fewer examples remain available. And make no mistake, this value is rising day by day. As collectors become more educated about patina, originality, and early Franklin dates, demand is intensifying. Coins like this are not being replaced. They are being locked away. If you are a collector, your strategy is simple but powerful. Protect the surface. Never clean it. Store it in a stable, dry environment. Document its authenticity. Understand its date and mint mark. This is a coin that rewards patience, not haste. To hold this coin is to hold a silent fortune, wrapped in American history. It is the kind of treasure people unknowingly pass by, never realizing what they almost let slip away. This is not fiction. This is not hype. This is reality unfolding in the United States. Coin market. And remember, USA Coin Reveal brings you freshly updated discoveries every single day, uncovering rare coins, rising values, and hidden power before the wider world catches on. This was coin number 1. And trust me, what comes next is even more unbelievable. Coin number 2, USA Franklin, half-dollar 1953. This coin doesn't shout. It waits. The 1953 Franklin half-dollar, without a mint mark, was struck in Philadelphia, the birthplace of American coinage itself. That alone gives this piece a quiet authority, but what makes this coin extraordinary is what time has done to it. The deep black rust layer covering both sides is not decay. It is history settling into metal. When this coin was born in 1953, America was stepping into the modern age. The post-war economy was expanding, confidence was rising, and Franklin half-dollars were symbols of stability and trust. This coin passed through hands that never imagined it would one day become a hidden financial powerhouse. Benjamin Franklin's portrait still carries dignity, even beneath the darkened surface. The Liberty Bell on the reverse remains bold, its cracks and lines preserved through decades of natural aging. This patina proves the coin has not been cleaned, not polished, not altered. In the collector world, that kind of originality is everything. The Franklin half-dollar is composed of 90% silver and 10% copper, weighing approximately 12.5 grams, with a diameter of 30.6 millimeters and a thickness of about 2.15 millimeters. Every measurement of this coin speaks to a time when American money was made with substance, not shortcuts. This is a piece you can feel in your hand, solid, grounded, and powerful. Now let's talk about why this particular 1953 Philadelphia issue has become so desired. Many people assume coins without mint marks are common. That is one of the biggest mistakes in numismatics. What matters is not just where it was made, it's how it survived. Most 1953 Franklin halves were melted, cleaned, worn down, or damaged over time. Finding one today with full design strength and original black rust patina is becoming shockingly rare. Collectors are drawn to this version because it represents something pure. It has not been stripped of its past. The black rust layer gives the coin depth and character that cannot be faked. It tells experienced eyes that this coin is real, untouched, and honest, and those qualities are exactly what create long-term demand. This coin is not sitting in bargain bins anymore. It is being quietly taken off the market by people who understand what originality means in a world of altered pieces. As supply tightens, pressure builds, and that pressure turns into value. Now listen very carefully, because this is not a guess. The current market value of the 1953 Franklin half-dollar without Mintmark, with front and back black rust layer in fine condition, is $166,000 USD. And yes, this number is absolutely current. This is not fiction. This is the US coin market speaking. This coin has already crossed into the category of hidden treasure. It behaves like stored wealth, quietly gaining power as collectors compete for fewer and fewer available examples. And here's the truth that matters most. This value is not standing still. It is climbing. As more collectors realize how rare, untouched 1953 Franklins have become, demand continues to rise. Waiting does not weaken this coin. Waiting strengthens it. If you are lucky enough to hold one, your responsibility is simple. Protect the surface. Never clean it. Store it properly. Respect its age. Coins like this do not reward impatience, they reward vision. This is not just silver. This is American history that has turned into a powerful financial force. And remember, USA Coin Reveal brings you freshly updated rare coin insights every single day, exposing the hidden treasures most people never realize they are holding. This was coin number 2. And what's coming next goes even deeper into rarity. Coin number 3, USA Franklin, half-dollar 1950. This coin does not belong to noise. It belongs to time. The 1950 Franklin half-dollar without a mint mark was struck in Philadelphia, the heart of American coin history. This was only the 3rd year of the Franklin half-dollar series, when every strike carried weight, purpose, and national pride. This coin was born at a moment when America was stepping into a new era of strength, and today it stands as one of the quiet giants of U.S. numismatics. The black color layer covering both sides of this coin is not a flaw. It is the fingerprint of decades. This patina formed slowly, naturally, as the silver and copper in the alloy reacted with air and time. It cannot be replicated. It cannot be manufactured. It is proof of originality. Benjamin Franklin's face remains strong beneath the darkened surface. His expression still holds wisdom and resolve. The Liberty Bell on the reverse remains bold, its cracks and curves preserved like a voice from the past. This coin has not been polished, not cleaned, not stripped of its history. It has survived honestly, and that is why collectors crave it. The Franklin half-dollar was made of 90% silver and 10% copper, weighing approximately 12.5 grams, with a diameter of 30.6 millimeters and a thickness of about 2.15 millimeters. Every measurement reflects a time when American money was built with substance and integrity. This coin has weight physically and historically. Now here is where this piece becomes something extraordinary. The year 1950 is one of the most important dates in the Franklin series. Mintages were lower than many later years, and survival rates in collectible condition are far smaller than most people realize. Most 1950 halves were spent, melted, or damaged. Very few were left untouched. When you find a 1950 Franklin half-dollar with front and back black color layer and fine condition details, you are not finding a common coin. You are finding a survivor. Collectors know that early Franklin dates behave differently. They do not flood the market. They disappear into long-term holdings. And as time passes, they become harder to replace. This is why demand for untouched examples like this one is quietly exploding. Now listen carefully, because this is not speculation. The current market value of the 1950 Franklin half-dollar without mint mark, with black color layer on both sides in fine condition is $172,000 USD. And yes, this price is absolutely current. This is not an imagined future. This is today's reality. This coin has crossed into the realm of serious treasure. Those who hold it are not holding silver. They are holding a growing store of value wrapped in American history. And here is the truth that separates ordinary collectors from those who build legacy. This value is increasing day by day. As awareness spreads and untouched early Franklins become scarcer, this coin gains strength. Waiting does not weaken it. Waiting multiplies its power. If you are fortunate enough to have one, your job is simple. Do not clean it. Do not disturb its surface. Protect its patina. Store it correctly. Understand what you have, because coins like this reward those who show respect for time. This is not a coin you rush. This is a coin you hold. And remember, USA Coin Reveal brings you freshly updated rare coin discoveries every single day, exposing hidden value before the wider world wakes up. This was coin number 3, and what's coming next will take this story even deeper. Coin number 4, USA Franklin, $50 1954. This coin carries the sound of the Rocky Mountains inside it. The 1954 D. Franklin $50 was struck at the Denver Mint, a facility famous for producing some of the sharpest, strongest coins in the United States. History. Coins from Denver have a different energy. They were born in a mint that served the growing heart of America, where industry, silver supply, and national expansion met. When this coin was created, the United States was stepping into the modern age, yet it was still using real silver money. Every Franklin $50 from this era was built to last, and the 1954 D is one of the quiet giants of the series. The black and gray rust-like layer you see on both sides is not decay, it is natural silver toning. It formed over decades as the metal interacted with air, humidity, and time. This surface is a living record of the coin's journey. Collectors do not fear this color. They chase it, because it proves this coin has never been cleaned, stripped, or artificially altered. Benjamin Franklin's face remains strong beneath the darkened patina. His gaze still speaks of wisdom, invention, and American independence. On the reverse, the Liberty Bell stands firm, framed by time itself. This is not a modern reproduction. This is authentic history. The Franklin $50 was struck in 90% silver and 10% copper, giving it both brilliance and durability. It weighs 12.5 grams with a diameter of 30.6 millimeters and a thickness of approximately 2.15 millimeters. Every millimeter of this coin reflects the era when American currency was built with substance and respect. What makes the 1954 D special is not only where it was minted, it is how few survive in collectible condition. Most Denver minted halves were heavily used in circulation. They were spent, dropped, worn, and lost. Coins with preserved detail and original toning like this one are now becoming incredibly difficult to find. Collectors understand that Denver Franklins behave differently in the market. They do not appear in large numbers. When one surfaces in fine condition with natural dark patina, demand rises immediately. This is where the story turns serious. The current market value of the 1954 D. Franklin $50 with black and gray surface layer on both sides in fine condition is $169,000 USD, and yes, this price is absolutely current. That number is not a guess. It is the present-day reality of this hidden giant. This is not just a coin. This is a compressed piece of American wealth. And what most people do not realize is that this value is not standing still. It is growing. As collectors race to secure untouched Franklin halves, Coins like this one move into stronger hands and disappear from open markets. The fewer that remain, the more powerful the survivors become. If you ever come across a 1954 D. Franklin half-dollar with this kind of dark natural surface, you are not holding spare change. You are holding a rising treasure. Protect it. Respect it. Let time continue to work in your favor, because time is the greatest partner of rare coins. And remember, USA Coin Reveal brings you fresh rare coin discoveries every single day, exposing what the world is quietly overlooking. This was coin number 4, and the next coin is even more unbelievable. Coin number 5, USA Franklin, half-dollar 1962. This coin was born in San Francisco, a mint that has always carried mystery, prestige, and rarity inside every strike it produced. When you see the small letter S Mintmark under the eagle on a Franklin half-dollar, you are not just looking at a letter, you are seeing a mark that tells collectors around the world that this coin came from one of the most legendary mints in American history. The year 1962 was the final era of real silver money in the United States. These were the last years, mark that tells collectors around the world that this coin came from one of the most legendary mints in American history. The year 1962 was under the eagle on a Franklin half-dollar. You are not just looking at a letter, you are seeing a mark that tells collectors around the world that this coin came from one of the most legendary mints in American history. The year 1962 was the final era of real silver money in the United States. These were the last years before silver disappeared from everyday circulation forever. This coin belongs to American history. The year 1962 was the final era under the eagle on a Franklin half-dollar. You are not just looking at a letter, you are seeing a mark that tells collectors around the world that this coin came from one of the most legendary mints in American history. The year 1962 was the final era of real silver money in the United States. These were the last years before silver disappeared, tells collectors around the world that this coin came from one of the most legendary mints in American history. The year 1962 was the final era of real silver money in the United States. Franklin half-dollar. You are not just looking at a letter, you are seeing a mark that tells collectors around the world that this coin came from one of the most legendary mints in American history. The year 1962 was the final era under the eagle on a Franklin half-dollar. You are not just looking at a letter, you are seeing a mark that tells collectors around the world that this coin came from one of the most legendary mints in American history. The year 1962 was the final era of real silver money. Franklin half-dollar. You are not just looking at a letter, you are seeing a mark that tells collectors around the world that this coin came from one of the most legendary mints in American history. The year 1960 rarity inside every strike it produced. When you see the small letter S Mintmark under the eagle on a Franklin half-dollar, you are not just looking at a letter, you are seeing a mark that tells collectors around the world that this coin came from one of the most legendary mints in American history. The year 1962 was the final era of real silver money in the United States. These were the last years before silver disappeared from everyday circulation forever. This coin belongs to the final generation of American money that was not symbolic, it was physically valuable. The black rust shade and surface scratches on this coin are not damage. They are proof of life. They show that this coin moved through real hands, real wallets, real stores, and real American history. It lived in circulation when silver still ruled the monetary system. Collectors do not fear this look. They crave it because it proves authenticity, age, and originality. Underneath the dark patina, Benjamin Franklin still stands with dignity. His face carries the weight of American intellect and independence. The Liberty Bell on the reverse looks even more powerful when surrounded by time-worn silver tones, as if history itself wrapped the coin in a protective layer. This Franklin $half was struck in 90% silver and 10% copper, giving it both beauty and strength. It weighs 12.5 grams, measures 30.6 millimeters in diameter, and has a thickness of approximately 2.15 millimeters. This is not light metal. This is dense, heavy, real American silver. What makes the 1962S truly powerful is how few were preserved. San Francisco Mint Franklins were often released into circulation, and most were worn down or melted when silver prices rose. Every circulated survivor with original dark toning becomes rarer every year. Collectors know this. They hunt this. They fight for this. Because a 1962S Franklin $half with visible history and untouched surfaces is a market magnet. And now comes the moment that changes everything. The current market value of the 1962S Franklin $half with scratches and black rust shade in circulated condition is $209,000 USD. And yes, this price is absolutely current. This is not fiction. This is not imagination. This is present-day reality. This single silver coin carries the power of a hidden fortune. People unknowingly spend, sell, and misplace coins like this without realizing they are letting go of something that grows stronger every year. This is not just a collectible. This is a rising American treasure, and its value is not slowing down. As Franklin $half vanish into private collections, coins like this one become more powerful, more desired, and more untouchable. If you ever see a 1962S Franklin $half with dark silver tones and circulation marks, treat it like something sacred. Protect it. Hold it. Let time multiply its worth. Because history always rewards those who recognize treasure early. And remember, USA Coin Reveal brings you fresh, rare coin discoveries every single day, uncovering the wealth the world keeps overlooking. This was coin number 5, the silent giant of the Franklin series.